the stream. There we go. Hi, everyone. I am Loretta Holmberg of Polite Pups Academy. It is so nice to see you today. I hope that you are having a wonderful Sunday. Here in Maryland, it is nice and sunny. All right. So I want you to mark your calendars for June 4th, Friday, June 4th, 2021. That's just like in 3 weeks or so. We're going to start our free 6-day challenge on building canine confidence. Come join us. All right. Let me make sure that I am actually live on all the pages that I want to be live on. Let's just make sure. Yes, I think I am. Okay, that's perfect. Perfect. Okay, so today I'm coming to you with this question by a fellow Facebook member in our Polite Pups Academy group. She asked, I have a 6-month-old dog, but as soon as she sees another dog, she lunges, barks, pulls to get to them. I've tried treats, her favorite ball. Nothing stops her. She will do anything for treats in the house, but not interested when out. Take her to the fields on a long line, not bothered by any dog. All she wants is a ball. So obviously this dog is, I'm not sure whether when she barks and lunges, whether it's more of I'm excited to meet the other dog, kind of a lunge and a pull and a bark, or whether she is reacting to the other dog because she is afraid or she wants to attack the other dog. I'm not sure. So I'm going to talk about both things. And when you take her out on the field on her long line, she's not bothered by any dog because she wants to catch her ball. So the fact that she's like more into her ball tells me that the ball is considered her reward, and she's like, well, this is more important than the other dog. So it tells me that she may not be like aggressive reactive, but more when she sees the other dog at 6 months age, she might want to go say hi to the other dog. And obviously you don't want her to be pulling, you do not want her to be barking, because it's very embarrassing, right? When you're going for a walk and your dog is doing that. So I'm just going to tackle it as if my dog is reactive, but not necessarily fear reactive, but more as in I want to go meet that dog. So since she likes the ball, what I would recommend to help modify that reactive behavior, because her leash reactivity is, I want to go meet that dog, I want to pull, I want to bark, I want to meet the dog. And 6-month-old dogs, puppies, tend to want to do that. They want to meet every single dog that they meet. Right. So now that I know that she loves ball, what you can do is when you're walking, you want to desensitize her to another dog coming towards her. Now, if the dog is way too close already, it might be too late. You have to do it from a little bit further away. All right. You're going to desensitize her. So you want to make sure that as soon as you see the other dog, maybe like 100, 200 yards away, you want to start having your dog look at you and not look at the other dog. You can give her treats, or what you can do, since I know she likes ball, is that you find the tug toy that has a ball at the end, and then you can have her put it in her mouth. If she likes to tug or if she likes the ball, that could be her reward for not looking at that dog, not reacting to that dog, but actually she gets a ball. Whenever she sees that dog, right, she gets a ball, and that's kind of fun for her. Okay, so you want to train that, but you do not want to be where you're like, I don't know, 3 feet away, 4 feet away, 6 feet away from that dog, and you try to do that. You want to start doing it when you're quite a distance away, and then slowly you bring it closer and closer and closer. If you're doing it too close, it's going to be a lot harder to get rid of that behavior. So the behavior that you're trying to get rid is that reactivity, that like I'm pulling towards the other dog, I'm barking, I'm lunging. I'm unless I'm wrong, I'm thinking that the lunging and the pulling is because she actually wants to meet the other dog, just because she doesn't care about the other dogs when she's out on the field on the long line, she's playing with her ball. So if, for example, though, that pulling and lunging is actually really fear aggression, she's trying to scare the other dog because she doesn't want the other dog to come closer because she's on the leash, it's the same thing. I would still start far apart and you might have to find people to help you practice this. Start far apart, and as soon as you see the other dog, you're going to have her look at you. All right, she looks at you, she maintains eye contact with you, you treat her. You could be using treats, or you could be using like a tug toy or a ball or something like that. But you can't really just use a ball with no something that you can't hold on, because it'll be harder for you to take it away from her, and you don't want the ball to like drop out of her mouth. So there are toys where you can get where the ball is at the end, and then it's a tug thing, and you can just put it in the mouth and then kind of play with her. So you want to make sure that you are exchanging what she's doing with some, like, if she's playing with you, she can't react as well to the other dog. So you want to replace with something that you want her to do. So it could be a watch me, it could be here, let's play. All right. Or it could be, for some dogs, it might be, all right, I'm going to give you treats. All right. So that you are not paying attention to the other dog. Now, I do, though, with my dogs that have, or fosters that have been in my house that were reactive, I do teach the out command so that they cannot lock eyes with another dog, right? I see the other dog, I see them looking, I out them immediately. They look at me. And when they look at me, that's when I will keep their attention to do other things, so that they're not locking eyes with the other dog. See, dogs locking eyes, and especially if they feel threatened, that's not a good thing. We want them to not even get to that stage. So we, as their handlers, as human beings, have to be very, very alert of the surrounding, especially if you have a dog that is reactive. I mean, if you don't have a reactive dog, then that might be okay. But I still think that you should be very alert to your environment, because another dog that you come across, they might be reactive, and you don't want your dog to get into their face, or like their private personal space. So I want you to think of that. And so we desensitize them by actually exposing them to the triggers, right? But we start from a far distance. All right. And then as they get closer and closer, over weeks, over days, over weeks, sometimes maybe over months, all right, it's going to not be as bad for your dog anymore. And then you counter condition them. Means you're teaching them a positive emotional response, so that, okay, whenever I see that dog coming in this direction, I get treats, or I get a ball. Oh my gosh, I love that dog that's coming towards me. It's fine. It teaches a positive, incompatible behavior, because your dog cannot be lunging at another dog that's coming towards them as they are walking, either nicely eating treats, or tugging on a ball with you, or maintaining eye contact with you. They cannot do like 5 different things or 2 different things at one time. They can pay attention to one at a time. So if they're attentive to you, if they're playing with the ball toy, right? Or if they're giving treats and they're listening to you, all right, then they cannot be lunging at the dog. But you cannot start it with the other dog being at such a close distance. It's got to be far apart, all right? And then you move closer and closer. And it's not an overnight thing. When you have a reactive dog, desensitization and counter conditioning doesn't happen overnight. It usually it depends on the dog, and depends on how long the dog have been exposed to something like that, or has been doing that behavior. Sometimes it takes days, sometimes it takes weeks, sometimes it takes months. So for example, like my dog Latte, I did say this in the Reactive Dog Guide, if you've downloaded it. My dog Latte, she was very reactive to electric scooters in the city of Baltimore when they introduced it in, I don't know, 2015, 2016. Like, they introduced it, and there were like scooters everywhere, like electric scooters everywhere. People were riding it, and she would just lunge at the scooter and kind of scare those people that are on the scooter. She wasn't really after the people, she was after the scooter. So that was an unsafe thing, because I'm walking and then she would just do that, and she would scare the person, and I don't want her to take out my shoulder either. So I had to counter condition her, right? With that scooter, against that scooter. So I would park myself, as in Latte and I would park ourselves in certain areas in the city. And as soon as I see a scooter far, far away, I would out her first, because I don't want her to react to that scooter. I would have her maintain eye contact with me. And then I actually gave her treats. I made her do different things that she already knew and that she was confident in. And then eventually we got closer and closer to the scooters. And then as the scooter people that were on the electric scooters came closer, she would get lots of pets, lots of treats, and I would maintain her eye contact. Like I would have her maintain eye contact with me. And it took about like maybe about 5 months or so for her to actually get desensitized to electric scooters. Now she doesn't lunge at scooters anymore, except for when it like it comes around the corner and it scares her. So those instances that have been the case where, you know, she would just like react, but then I out her immediately and she's like, oh yeah, okay, they're just electric scooters. There's nothing to be afraid of. This is like, you know, I know this already. So it may take months, but if you do it daily, so I did with her daily, like about 10 minutes a day. So it's not very much. Like we're walking and then after that we'll do it, you know. So 10 minutes a day just to desensitize her to the electric scooter and give her something else that she could pay attention to. That really, really helped her. So let's see. I am seeing there are two people on here. If you have questions that you want to ask while you're on here, please, please, please share your questions. So I'm trying to see whether the questions are. Anne is watching. Hi, Anne, and somebody else, but I'm not sure who. So if you have any questions, feel free to type the questions, and I will try to see. Yes, I think Jennifer is here too. All right, so I want you to make sure you mark your dates. Mark on your calendar. Not mark your dates. Mark on your calendar. Friday, June 4th. We start our free 6-day challenge on building canine confidence. For 6 days, we're going to do free challenge where there'll be exercises that I'll be teaching you, and then you get to do it with your dogs. And then you can share pictures and videos on that, and there are prizes to win. So don't forget to join us. I will be sharing the link to sign up for that challenge in the next 2 weeks or so. You will get your links either here on Facebook, right, on YouTube, or in the email if you're subscribed to my email. Can you just use? Yes, you. Wait, the long handle. The only thing I would be worried about is that because it's the long handle, and I'm assuming the handle is plastic, because I'm thinking of like the plastic kind of long handle. That wouldn't be good because it might break. I would use a tug toy that is just, a tug toy that your dog likes to tug, like a regular tug toy that has a handle that is also made out of like the woven material. That's fine. Yes. If your dog likes to do that. The thing is, you want to find something that your dog really enjoys. So when I was answering that question that someone had posed, her dog loves to play ball. So there are tug toys actually with ball at the end with a handle. But the handle is a woven kind of toy. You can use that because then she's gonna try to grab the ball, right? And so you can do that. You want to find something that your dog will respond to, that your dog plays. So if I have a dog that doesn't play tug toys, that doesn't care about tug toys, trying to do that's not going to work because it's like, this is not fun for me. Like, why would I want to do it? You know? So like with my dog, let's say I have a dog that's like, she's really into food, right? She doesn't care about playing, but she's reactive. So if I want to divert her attention, right? And I'm trying to use a toy to divert her attention, that's not going to work because the dog's not going to respond to it. I have to, unless the toy has food in it. So there are some places that you can actually get toys with food in it. You can bring it along too. Like Clean Run has got what's called lotus toys. You can put the food inside this ball that like covers up like a lotus, and then you give it to the dog, and the dog will try to get the food that's inside. That's fine because your dog is really food motivated, but you want to use a toy. That's fine. But if you're just using straight up toy with nothing on that toy that is even remotely food related for a food motivated toy, that's not going to work. Okay. But if your dog, you're using treats and your dog is still reactive to the dogs coming up, but your dog loves balls, I would use a ball and try to find a way to get a ball that is at the end of a tug toy. That's great. Or make it so that you can not puncture the ball, but like put something on the end of the ball so that you can carry the ball with the string, and you can give it to your dog when you're trying to make your dog pay attention to you. Yes, your dog goes crazy for tuck toys. So I'm not sure who this is, but like if your dog goes crazy for tuck toys, then I would definitely use tuck toys as a way to divert that attention, especially if you have a reactive dog and your dog is reacting to the other dog that's coming by and you want to divert their attention. Remember what I was saying earlier on. You want to start this from like a far distance before you do it close distance, because once you get really close, it's very hard for your dog to basically concentrate on you because it's not had enough practice. You want to make sure you're practicing with your dog starting from a far distance, and then you get closer and closer. And you would use your tuck toy, especially if your dog loves the tuck toy. So I've had people where they use tug toy, and then after that, as the dog gets closer and closer, it's harder for the dog to concentrate, and the tug toy didn't work. So what we did was the dog actually likes peanut butter, so we actually put peanut butter on the tug toy, and that worked. So it's like the dog's like concentrating on the peanut butter and the tug toy in its mouth. So you have to get creative that way. You have to figure out what works. What does your dog really, really value? What your dog values, that is what you are going to use to divert your attention, to desensitize and to counter condition your dog. You need to use something that your dog will really, really value, and that that will not sabotage your desensitization and counter conditioning process for your dog. So sometimes it might take time to figure out what exactly your dog really likes. But most dogs, not all, they either like toys or they like food. And if it's food, it cannot just be boring old food. If you're trying to desensitize something like lunging, right? Lunging at another dog, or in my case, my dog was like, she was lunging at scooters. I use boiled chicken. Actually, I use boiled chicken and I use hot dogs. I just tie it into very, very little small bits, right? Hot dogs. It worked really well. And then after that, I think at times I change it up a little bit. And at times I would use like mozzarella cheese and just like the small string cheese mozzarella cheese. I cut it up into little pieces. And that's what we used. It worked. But it took 5 months. But I didn't give up. I tried to do it every day. Some days I just didn't get to, just because of my time, because I have several dogs, and sometimes I just don't get to it. It's fine. But it was frequent, like at least once a week. We would do it like 4 or 5 times a week. And so that's pretty good, right? That's more than half. That's more than 50% of the week. And so when you do it day in, day out, your dog understands like, oh yeah, okay, I'm not supposed to do this. And when I don't do this, I get treated, and fun stuff happens. And that fun stuff has got to correlate with what your dog likes. So with Latte, I could have used a ball as well, because she loves to tug, right? But I didn't want to carry a ball with me. I didn't want to carry a toy with me while I was walking. So I just use food. So you can choose which one depending on what your dog loves to do. So as I'm hoping that those of you who have reactive dogs and who have signed up to get the Reactive Dog Guide, you're actually using the tips that I've shared with you. Please join us on the Facebook group, Polite Pups Academy. Ask as many questions as you need. I will be there to respond. And don't forget to mark Friday, June 4th, for the start of a free 6-day challenge on building canine confidence. The reason why we want to build canine confidence is so that our dogs are not fearful, so that they can slowly but surely get to be confident canines. Confident canines are able to do more things. You'll have less stress, right? When you're out walking, or like if you want to take your dog to places, it'll be much easier for you to take your dog to places when you have a more confident canine. So we're going to do 6 days of the free challenge, where you're going to have videos and win prizes and share pictures and videos. All right. Okay. Well, I am going to sign off right now. Please join us at the Polite Pups Academy Facebook group. I hope to see you there if you're not already there. And I'll be sharing the link for the free 6-day challenge that's coming up in a few weeks here, June 4th. Please sign up when you get the link, and I'll see you around. Take care and have a great Sunday. Those of you who are in Australia and in Asia, well, have a good Monday and the rest of the week. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye.